What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we are going over all of the important information you need to know from the dev Q&A last night. Like and sub for more amazing NBA Infinite content. Right now, a huge suggestion I have right off the bat is to start saving your summoning tickets, because the devs let us know that we are getting new players this month in March. We don't know exactly when. They haven't said when, just this month. I'm assuming maybe probably in the next week or two, at the longest 3 weeks. But they did confirm that Wembanyama, who we already kind of knew was going to be a new player because of the leak, is going to be released in that new March update that we have this month, along with other players as well. It said that there's going to be a bunch of new superstars added to the roster. So I've been saving all of my summoning tickets. I was going to do a summoning video today, but then once I heard about the new players, I was like, whoa, suggest you do too. Some other things that they went ahead and addressed was controller support was another thing that was asked, and they did say that it's something that they're looking into, but the controller support would be something that if someone is using a controller in the game, then they would end up being paired against other people who are also using a controller. So they don't want to have like controller players paired up going against people who are playing on their phone with the touchscreen. So that alone lets you know that anyone who's using a controller has an advantage over someone who's not using a controller. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe in the near future, they'll give us dedicated controller support. Another big thing that they talked about was bringing new players that are retired legends. They did in fact confirm that we are going to get things like Kobe and Michael Jordan and all of those old players that are now retired that are super duper famous, those Hall of Famer legends. So they eventually will be brought into the game as playable, which is going to be amazing. They'll probably be the mythics like we talked about. As far as the shooting mechanics go, I know a lot of people were complaining about always missing wide open shots. They did address that and say that they're looking to fine tune the shooting and make it maybe a little bit easier or a little bit more guaranteed on that shot making. There's definitely going to be updates to the shooting, especially underneath the basket. That was one of the biggest issues that I think a lot of people have, and they are going to be looking into going ahead and changing that up slightly. So that way, when you grab a rebound and you put it up, or you're right underneath the basket and you shoot, it's always heavily contested and you miss a shot when your guy's right under the basket. Stuff like that can be quite annoying. They did give us a little bit more details about the pre-ordering system. I went ahead and I made a video last night of all the information that we got about how pre-orders work. We also got some information on some cosmetic things, specifically quartz. We are going to be getting new quartz, but they said that they want to kind of do some testing and see which kind of quartz that people like. So I imagine there's going to be some kind of trial and error going on with that, just trying to get people's different opinions on feedback and stuff like that. But one quart that is going to be in the game is going to be that summertime quart, and they did hint that we will be getting that beach quart during the summertime. So that is one thing to look out for in a couple months. Another big issue was guilds, aka clubs. Clubs really don't have anything going on with it. There's really no incentive to really join a club. However, they did address that there are going to be some big updates to the club features. Specifically, we're going to have club levels, so your club can go ahead and level up by doing different quests and things like that. And you're going to get rewards, basic materials to go ahead and help you power up your players. So I'm definitely looking forward to some improvements with the club. They also said that they are looking into fixing the lag issue, the lag latency. You know, when you're in the game and you look in that top right corner, you see the little latency. Looks like a Wi-Fi bar. It's always in the red and the yellow. It's so unstable. No matter what kind of connection you have, you could have the fastest internet in the world. It doesn't matter. It's on them. It's their servers. So they did say that they are looking into fix that lag and latency issues. So I think the game is going to feel a lot smoother, because I know a lot of people are like, it feels clunky, the movement and stuff. And I definitely think it's just the latency issue. I think once the servers are improved, overall the experience will be a lot better. Another thing that they also addressed was that a lot of people were complaining about players moving too slow. They did say that they will be looking to adjust the speed of the overall players so that the game isn't feeling so like sluggish and stuff. But I really do think that it's not necessarily the characters' speeds. I think it's more the latency, the lag issue that makes it feel worse than what it actually is. So we'll see how they do that. Some other things that were also addressed was people were asking about rebalancing. They did say that they are looking a lot into certain information about pick rate, MVP status, defensive status, just overall different stats to see which players are kind of dominating as opposed to other players. So they definitely will be doing some rebalancing at some point, or at least kind of trying to bring down other players who maybe are performing too well. I do think though that may have some impact on the player market, which is one thing that I'm slightly worried about, is if we do get rebalancing to certain players, they may go from, you know, their prices may be high and then that may crash, and other players who are really low are all of a sudden going to be super expensive. So the player market's going to go crazy if there is any type of big rebalancing changes. So just be on the lookout for that. Overall, I think those were like the most important things that I just wanted to talk about in today's video. We're going to have a live stream probably soon, maybe Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure. We also are going to have our legendary tier list video for legendary players also sometime soon within the next couple days. So be on the lookout for that. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.